As you grow older, your time and energy become more valuable. So why waste them on the wrong people? Have you ever walked away from someone? Ever felt completely drained after visiting someone's home, like your energy was sucked out of you? Well, what if I told you that there are specific people whose homes you should avoid as you get older? You might be surprised. In this video, I'm going to reveal the 4 types of people whose homes you should steer clear of as you age. Trust me, these visits can have a bigger impact on your well-being than you think. From the constant complainer to the drama queen, you'll want to know why these visits could harm your health and happiness. Stick around, you won't want to miss this. Point 1. The constantly negative person. The first type of person you should avoid visiting as you get older is the constantly negative person. You know the type, someone who's always complaining, bitter, or pessimistic about everything in life. No matter the situation, they're always finding something to criticize or lament about, whether it's their health, their relationships, or the state of the world. Nothing ever seems good enough. If you've been around this kind of person, you know how heavy their negativity can feel. It's as if the air gets thick with their complaints, and suddenly you start feeling drained too. Why should you avoid them? Simple, negativity is contagious. As you age, it becomes more important than ever to surround yourself with people who uplift and energize you, not those who sap your spirit. Studies show that persistent exposure to negativity can increase stress levels, which affects your physical health, leading to things like higher blood pressure, lower immunity, and even depression. This is especially critical as you age, when your body and mind need positivity to stay strong and healthy. Visiting someone who's constantly negative will not only bring your mood down, but will also affect your overall well-being in ways you might not even notice at first. Let me tell you about Marilyn, a 75-year-old woman who learned this lesson the hard way. She had an old friend, Edith, who was always the glass half-empty type. Every time Marilyn visited Edith, it was the same routine. Edith would complain about her aches and pains, her children not visiting enough, and rant about how unfair life had been to her. At first, Marilyn tried to offer support, but after several visits, she started feeling physically exhausted, almost as if the negativity was rubbing off on her. One day, after a particularly gloomy visit, Marilyn found herself feeling unusually down for the rest of the week. She realized she had been letting Edith's constant complaints wear her out. That's when she decided to set a boundary. Marilyn realized that, at her age, she needed to focus on what was good in life, not feed into negativity. The lesson here is simple: as you get older, you need to prioritize surrounding yourself with people who bring joy, laughter, and positivity into your life. Life has enough challenges, and it's crucial to make time for those who lift you up rather than drag you down. Staying positive isn't just good for your mental health, it's essential for your physical health too. So, if you find yourself visiting someone who's always negative, it might be time to rethink those visits and save your energy for people who nurture your spirit instead. Point 2. The drama lover. Next on our list is the drama lover, the person who thrives on creating conflict, stirring the pot, or indulging in endless gossip. Drama seems to follow them everywhere, and they're always eager to share the latest gossip or engage in heated debates. Whether it's about family feuds, neighborhood rumors, or a disagreement with someone at the grocery store, they live for the chaos and excitement that come with stirring things up. If you're around them long enough, you'll find yourself pulled into their drama, whether you like it or not. Why should you avoid them? Engaging in unnecessary drama isn't just emotionally exhausting, it can physically impact your health too. Studies have shown that being in a constant state of stress and conflict can increase your risk of high blood pressure, heart disease, and even cause insomnia. As you age, your heart and overall health need care, and drama is one of the quickest ways to raise your stress levels. It becomes more important than ever to find peace and stability in your relationships, and drama-loving people can seriously mess with that. Let me tell you about Jack, a 72-year-old man who loved visiting his neighbor Sue, even though she was always wrapped up in some sort of drama. One day, Jack dropped by for a cup of tea, and Sue immediately started talking about a heated argument she had with her daughter over something trivial. Within minutes, the conversation escalated into a full-blown rant about her son-in-law, then her neighbor. Soon enough, Jack was so wrapped up in the drama that he forgot why he even came over in the first place. The next day, Jack felt a pounding headache, and his blood pressure was through the roof. He realized that every time he visited Sue, he left feeling mentally drained and physically worse off. After several visits like this, Jack decided it was time to distance himself from Sue's drama. His heart literally couldn't take it anymore. The lesson here is clear: avoiding unnecessary drama is key to maintaining a peaceful and healthier lifestyle. As you get older, your time and energy are valuable, and spending them in conflict-filled situations only takes a toll on your health. As you age, it's important to seek out calm and tranquility, not constant turmoil. So, the next time you find yourself about to engage in another round of drama, consider whether it's worth the stress. Choose peace, and you'll find that your health and heart will thank you. Point 3. The taker. Now, let's talk about the taker, the person who is always asking for favors, advice, or help but never offers anything in return. They might need you to run errands, help with household tasks, or lend a listening ear, but when it's your turn to ask for support or companionship, they're nowhere to be found. They're always on the receiving end of help, but when it comes to reciprocating, they disappear. This imbalance in relationships can be exhausting, especially when you realize you're doing all the giving, and they're doing all the taking. Why should you avoid them? The main issue with a taker is that they drain your time and energy without offering any emotional or practical support in return. As you age, your resources, whether it's your energy, time, or emotional bandwidth, become more limited. Spending time with someone who never gives back can leave you feeling empty and unappreciated. Not only does it affect your sense of self-worth, but it also prevents you from investing in relationships that are nurturing and fulfilling. Let me share a story about Betty, a 78-year-old woman who had been helping her neighbor Frank for years. At first, it was small favors, picking up groceries when she was going to the store, helping him with a minor repair, or offering a ride to the doctor's office. But soon, Betty found herself constantly on the phone with Frank, offering advice on everything from his finances to his family troubles, and running errands for him whenever he needed something. At first, Betty didn't mind; she was happy to help. However, after a while, she realized that Frank never once asked how she was doing or offered to help her in return. One day, after yet another one-sided conversation, Betty had a moment of clarity. She was being taken advantage of. Frank was a taker, and Betty's generosity was being exploited without any recognition or reciprocity. That's when she decided to set some boundaries. She politely told Frank that she couldn't help him as much anymore and needed to focus on her own well-being. The lesson here is simple: time is valuable, especially as you age. You deserve to spend it with people who appreciate you and are willing to give back in meaningful ways. Relationships should be a two-way street, where both people offer emotional support, kindness, and help when needed. If you're constantly giving and never receiving, it's time to reconsider those connections and invest in relationships that are balanced and nourishing. Life is too short to spend your precious time with people who only take and never give. Point 4. The overly critical person. Finally, let's talk about the overly critical person, the one who seems to have an opinion about everything you do, and nothing is ever good enough. Whether it's about the way you dress, your choices in life, or even how you manage your health, they're always ready with a judgment. Their words may seem well-intentioned at first, but over time, they become a constant source of stress. The overly critical person is quick to find flaws in you or others, and their feedback is often harsh or unsolicited, leaving you feeling less confident and more self-conscious. Why should you avoid them? Constant criticism can have a serious impact on your emotional well-being, especially as you age. Studies have shown that chronic criticism can lower self-esteem, increase anxiety, and contribute to depression. For older adults, it's even more crucial to protect your mental health and create an environment that fosters self-worth and positivity. Being around someone who constantly picks apart your every move can lead to unnecessary stress, which, as we know, isn't good for your health, especially when you're already navigating the challenges that come with aging. Let me tell you about Eleanor, a 70-year-old woman who had a neighbor, Gertrude, who was always criticizing her choices. Every time Eleanor would visit, Gertrude would have something to say about how Eleanor dressed, what she ate, or even how she managed her day-to-day activities. At first, Eleanor tried to brush it off, thinking Gertrude just had strong opinions. But soon, those well-meaning comments started to take a toll. After each visit, Eleanor found herself feeling more insecure, second-guessing her decisions, and even dreading the next encounter. One day, Eleanor realized she no longer felt comfortable in her own skin after spending time with Gertrude. The critical comments had worn her down to the point where she no longer enjoyed her own company. That was her wake-up call. She needed to set boundaries and spend less time with people who made her feel small. The lesson here is that, at an older age, it's vital to be surrounded by people who uplift you, not bring you down. We all face enough challenges as we age, and the last thing you need is someone constantly reminding you of your shortcomings. Positive, supportive relationships are essential for maintaining good mental health, and you deserve to be around people who celebrate you, not tear you apart. So, if you find yourself in the presence of someone who is overly critical, it's time to distance yourself and protect your well-being. Life is too short to spend it feeling anything less than empowered and appreciated.